Hello there. Welcome to Anah's story. My name is Anah, and let's see what messages the divine may have for you out there. So I'm getting very strongly that the divine, whatever it is that you are doing, are you involving yourself in, or whatever you are ingesting, whatever you are all about, spirit right now is wanting to let you know big time that they're very proud of you. I'm hearing clear as day, like you're doing the damn thing. So I'm getting this sense of like you giving yourself that chance to really I'm getting go after something, but it's more than that. It's not just the action of you going after something, right? This is spirit being proud of you for doing the damn thing, and the damn thing being that you are making I was going to say making yourself happy, but I'm hearing that you're putting yourself first is what I'm getting. So with that in mind, I get this sense that there could be this aura around you that there are those, like certain individuals that are not necessarily happy with some of the changes that you could be making, or if it's not changes that you're making, then at least like a decision that I'm hearing investing in. So you can definitely be investing into something. I'm getting a lot of self-care. I'm getting a lot of self-love. I was seeing a lot of the color blue, like light blue. So this could be one of your favorite colors. Maybe you just so happen to look really good in blue. Maybe you could be wearing blue right now. Maybe you could be feeling called to wear a lot of blue. Blue is making me think of a lot of things. It's making me think of emotions. It's also making me think of communication. So putting both of those together, I'm getting that you could be practicing on like your own mindset. You could be practicing releasing negative self-talk. You could be releasing self-doubt. This is like shaking up the stagnancy that you potentially could have been experiencing. I'm getting that you're not in this energy right now, but you could have just came out of this energy where you focusing on yourself was like a decision that you had decided to make. And this was something that felt very big for you because you could have come from a recent situation where you thought about or cared too much about what other people thought, what they saw, what they felt, things, things like that. I'm hearing something about power. So one of the messages coming through is that you are understanding that there is so much power that you had given in your past to other people, and you are putting that power back into yourself, is what I'm getting. I'm hearing the word talk. I don't know. You could be talking a lot, or you could feel the need to say something that has like, it could have an emotional tether to you. And this is making me think that the more that you speak on something, the more that you do something, the more that you work on that negative self-talk or that self-doubt, it's doing something for your emotions. It's like opening up your heart. You're opening up your heart again. I just heard you could be feeling young again. You could be loving life again. You could be full of adventure, spontaneity. And even if you're not, going back to that message about this is just the air around you, you could be noticing that there's a lot of like changes and shifts and certain like on the spur of the moment type of things that could be happening for you that you are experiencing. I'm seeing like I'm seeing like a person trying to like get in contact with you, and it seems like every time like this person reaches out to like do something, you're always busy or you're always on the go. Yeah. And yeah, there's something here about like this person not being used to that, or something like that. All right. Did I split? I have no idea, so let's just do it again. Okay, so these are messages that, again, yeah, the spirit wants you to know about. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You literally, like, I'm telling you, like, you deciding to love on yourself and just only be receptive to the energy that is receptive to yours, if that makes any sense. So when you're in negativity, right, and that's all that you are consuming, that's all you are ingesting, that's the energy that you're going to reciprocate. You're going to attract those types of individuals. But here with the Empress out upright, this is you saying to yourself, let's just be positive for a change and, see what happens, is what I'm getting. And it's almost like when you did this, made this shift or this change, the universe kind of like started throwing things. I don't want to say throwing because that's really aggressive, but the universe began to open up a new side, a different side for you, is what I'm getting. And I'm getting like you could be finding yourself in a lot of situations or around certain individuals where you don't have to do much other than just showing up exactly as you are, who you are. Let's see. Yeah. And we have the Wheel of Fortune out here. So I'm getting with this, like a lot of these opportunities that were finding themselves to you, or whatever path that you may find yourself going down, it's like this was kind of destined to happen. It really was when you made this choice, when you made this decision. You could have been in this mindset of how can one solely exist in positivity, is what I'm getting. It kind of seemed like a foreign thought to you, but that's because you were so used to like chaos, or you were so used to dealing with people that brought nothing but drama, that brought nothing but trauma, that brought nothing but trouble. So it's quite difficult to be able to see the world differently, especially going more so than just seeing it, but being able to experience the world differently, We have, the Eight of Wands. This came in quick. This came in very quick for you. It's almost like I'm getting these messages of this is something that spirit, or at least the energy around you, it's been this way for a long time. It's been this way for a while, where it was kind of like you went so long being one way, and it's like, okay, this is where it got you. Now with this positivity, it's so you're sitting back thinking to yourself like, oh my God, it was all so easy. It was all this simple. This is what spirit was talking about. This is what my intuition has been telling me. This is all those little feelings that I would have. This is all like the little, like, I'm getting like signs like here, there, and everywhere, where maybe you felt like you couldn't explain it to nobody, but you knew that it made sense to you. You're finally leaning into that. You're putting weight on that. It's something that's growing to be significant for you, that when you listen to these little messages, or when you heed the call of spirit, you're realizing things can really just be that simple. I'm also getting another message here about control, like you letting go of control as well. Because at the end of the day, we can only control what we do. That's it. We can't control another person. So it's kind of like you were just staying focused on what you could control, what was within your control. You were just focused on self. And it's almost like you're giving the rest, like you just literally kiss the rest up to God and say, hey, you gonna do what you gonna do with it. Because how's that saying go? God sees all, or something like that, Yeah, the three of swords, that's energy I was getting, where it was just very much like, it's so depressing, it's so sad, it's so dragging, it's so low, it's so heavy, it's so intense, that you being in this energy, it's like spirit almost had to like put you there to get you to see, like, just stop. Let's just try to take this and move it in a different direction and see, and see what can come of it. And then with the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Wands, it was really just all that simple for you to be successful. It was really all that simple. And I'm not saying in the sense of like successful where I'm not getting it in a material sense where it's something that a person can see, feel, in touch. Well, you could feel it, but not in the material sense of where you're seeing it and you're touching it. It's not something tangible. This is something that it's giving me very emotional for you, that it made you feel successful. It made you feel confident. It made you feel uplifted is what I'm hearing, just within self. And with you feeling like that, it's blown wide open, a whole new world for you. I'm hearing from, Aladdin, a whole new world. It's a whole new world for you. Okay. So that was your recent, we'll just take it recent past. So where are you being called to journey to? Where are you being called to journey to? An authoritative role. An authoritative role, a leadership type of role. You are putting on your big boy boxers, your big girl panties, you're strapping on your boots, and you're doing the walking and you're doing the talking. That is what you're doing. So going back to that previous message that I was getting about a certain choice or decision that you have made that other people may not be so happy about, this is you in this Emperor energy saying that you don't give a funk. You don't give a funk, okay? Like, you really don't care. Because I'm getting that in your recent past, there's a significant situation, or at least a significant person, whether this be family, friend, or foe. I don't know. It was very significant. It was very impactful for you that it's like you had to learn the hard way. That's what happens when you care way too much about what other people think and feel about either you or about what you got going on or what you're doing. It's like you had to learn the hard way. It's almost like that situation I'm getting took you to like the lowest of lows, where you had no choice but to pull back and just solely focus on you. Now, for some people, that may seem like a no-brainer to just walk away from certain individuals, but you got to remember there are some people out there that are like loyal to a fault, mainly because they could have grew up or been raised in an environment or at least a home setting where they were constantly being told or constantly being made to feel as if they didn't matter, their opinions didn't matter, their feelings didn't matter. So you making the choice to focus on yourself, that is a leap of faith for you that you decided to take. What is it called? Like analysis paralysis. So some of you could have suffered from that. Some of you could have definitely suffered from perfectionism as well. And then, also depression and, the self-doubt and the negative self-talk. And it was like, yeah, the whole time Spirit was trying to get you to just pull back and focus on self. But instead of doing that, you were just very focused on being loyal to a fault, but to the wrong people. So it's kind of like Spirit had to do that and then put you in these situations where either you had no choice but to walk away, or these individuals could have just dropped you where you were. And when I'm seeing a person like picking up their head and looking around and not seeing nobody, like nobody. It was just them. It's just you. So you had no choice but to just be like, well, let's just go out and decide to be happy the best way that you knew how, and it's not going out and buying things and filling a void. What you were trying to do, I'm getting, is you were trying to understand what the void was to begin with. Yeah. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. This is you in this energy where you are really taking back control over yourself. Like, I'm hearing you are finally tending to your own garden. You are finally just solely worried about self. Not solely, I should say, like, you're just focused on self first and foremost is what I'm getting. And with the Nine of Pentacles, that message we were getting before about, you know, your intuition, you're definitely, like I said, you're finally putting weight on that. You're listening to it. Whenever you feel the call, you are answering. You're like, I'm seeing like a hotline between like you and spirit. And it was kind of like before, when you were in certain situations and environments, spirit would pick up their receiver and call to try to tell you, like, get out, don't do this, don't do that. And it's like and that's the crazy thing. Like, I'm seeing the person looking at the phone, and for some reason it's the Powerpuff Girl phone is what I'm seeing. But it's like you're looking at the phone, but for whatever reason you didn't pick up the phone. You just didn't pick up the phone. But now you are picking up the phone every time it calls. And not only are you picking up the phone, you're not only just hearing it, but you're listening and you are executing the best way that you know how. And it may, like, so I'm getting this energy where you could feel like you're a little bit all over the place with dealing with this type of negativity that you were once in before, but spirit is just proud of you for at least taking that first step. Yeah. Oh, these cards are a little difficult to shuffle. Oh, look, and the Six of Wands came back out. I'm getting, this just came to me clear as day. You are working on your own happiness is what I'm getting. So whatever situation that comes along your way, whatever person comes along your way, you're just solely focused on, is this making you happy? Is this fulfilling you in some way, shape, or form? Because since you have taken the time to understand yourself and what it does take to make yourself feel full and make yourself feel satisfied, to make yourself feel at peace, to make yourself feel happy, to make yourself feel joy, you know what that takes. You know what that involves now, because you've been doing it you've been doing it for yourself, with self-love and self-care. So now that it's time for you to kind of step out and maybe perhaps involve other people, whether it be family, friends, or lovers. It's almost like you know when to say stop, you know when to take it slow, you know when to, invest, you know when to go gung-ho, things like that. With the Emperor, the Emperor is the type of person where, they're like the head of a household, or this is a person that's sitting in like the decision-making seat with like the big wigs, and they're like having people not under them, but they're having people come to them to ask for help, to ask for assistance, to ask for questions, to ask for direction, to ask for advice, to ask for guidance, things like that. This is like a go-to type of person. And this is the role that you are currently in, that you're stepping into, that you have been preparing for. And some of you out there, Spirit wants you to understand that it doesn't have to be like such a literal thing. This can simply mean just you taking control and authority back over your own life. So this could be something as small as like a past person hitting you up and you're just like, nah, I know it's not good for me. You know what I mean? That is an example of a person taking back control over their own life, or taking back authority over their own life. I mean, shit. Some of you out there could be running a business or would want to. I don't know. But it could be simply that as well. That was the whole point that I was trying to make. That's an awesome, cool thing about tarot. It's so fluid. It's just really weird because like with tarot, like in my own personal experience and journey with it, it's like tarot can mean everything and then mean absolutely nothing all at the same time. I know you know. I know you know. But yeah. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the near future and what Spirit wants you to know with your near future. Because you are definitely stepping into something new. Something that you have never seen, something you have never experienced. Now, I just heard mind's eye. So you could have seen it in your mind's eye, but I'm getting like material wise, physically wise, like you've never seen it, you never experienced it. I'm also getting that this could be individuals as well that you never, that you haven't seen gone through something like this either. I just heard the word struggle. So maybe you only know people, whether it be family or friends, that do struggle. And this is you stepping into something where you're not struggling. Like, you know, like you're not struggling. Why? Because you're not allowing for yourself to struggle. And it's almost like if you know that you're in a situation where it's a struggle, it's like it's a task, it's a challenge, it's an obstacle over and over and over again, you're not going to do it unless you feel called to be there, because you know maybe there's something that you have to learn, or the struggle is going to take you somewhere. Like it's not an unnecessary struggle is what I'm getting. Like you're not going to sit there and put in the work, time and effort and patience, blood, sweat and tears for no reward, for no gain, is what I'm getting. Why? Because you've done that already. And it wasn't pretty. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I don't know if it's going to come back up, but I did just hear another person. So, I don't know how that's relevant. But we'll see. That flip back out. Should I take that? It flipped back in. No. We have the Ace of Cups. I feel like that's a message that we were getting earlier about you falling in love with life again. Yeah. You stepping into this new chapter. I'm telling you, there is no struggle here. There's absolutely no struggle. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake it that violently. But there is no struggle here with this new chapter or your near future that you're about to walk into. There are no struggles here. I'm getting that birds can be very significant for you right now. Primarily white birds. I'm also hearing something about innocence doesn't equate to naivety. So you could be very sweet and innocent looking on the outside, but you're not naive, you're not stupid, you're not gullible, you're not slow. Which is why that message could have been coming up before about like it not making sense to certain individuals, the direction that you're moving in. No, how you're moving in a certain direction. It's almost like I'm getting people around you could be like thinking to themselves, talking amongst themselves, like, I don't understand how this person is doing it. I don't understand how you're doing it. Or I don't understand how all this is coming for you. Like, where is it all coming from? Because I'm getting maybe like 6 months ago, that wasn't the case, or that wasn't the story. We have the star that fell out in reverse here. Okay. I'm going to say something, then I'm going to pull a card to clarify the star in reverse here. But with the star falling out in reverse next to the Ace of Cups and birds, I'm getting that you could be working very closely very soon with certain ancestors. So I'm getting that this new path that you're walking towards, or you're about to go down, this is something that I'm hearing it's something that you have always been meant, that you were always meant to do. And I'm getting that it's possible that maybe certain individuals in your family, or maybe certain ancestors that are working closely with you, they too also attempted to go down like the same path, but there was always something that was, I'm hearing, missing. or something that was like holding them back, whether it be another person or it could have been something within themselves caused by another person. I'm getting they're going to be working closely with you very soon, because it's almost like you're healing something. Yeah, like you're definitely healing something for like a family. Like, I'm getting that your family could have been very used to the struggle. Now, based off of like one decision that you're going to make, or that you have already made, it's going to have this domino effect where it has the potential to change the generations to come after you, is what I'm getting. Let's clarify. Yeah, with the Two of Wands reversed. It's like it's possible that people in your family, whether they have passed or they're still here, it's like they were just in this energy of it's like they were always in the energy of like, it's so close, they could like reach out and grab it, but when they did, something was like, it was an illusion, it wasn't real, they couldn't grasp it, it wasn't tangible. So what is it called? Imposter syndrome. A lot of, maybe it's like certain people in your family, whether they're still here or maybe they have passed, and I'm not saying that it's everybody, but maybe some people that have really tried to go against the grain, maybe they could have issues with suffering from imposter syndrome, where believing more so that they were not good enough, or whatever they were dreaming up was solely only just a fantasy, and it wasn't a reality, it wasn't true, it wasn't real. And this is something that you are essentially healing, because you were going to like prove to them that it wasn't just a fantasy. It was in the mind's eye, right? That came up. It was in the mind's eye for a reason. And then you're going to be able to guide the generations to come after you to actually go towards their dreams or their fantasies. Try your best to make it come to life. Put it out there. Make it real. Make it tangible. Because spirit can only really just give us like little inklings and feelings and little signs every which way, but they can't like literally, or what is it, the wiggle the nose thing, they can't literally do that and just make it appear. You have to make the steps, you have to make the choices, you have to make the decisions to do that. And I'm telling you, there's something significant about your journey from that point up until now. It has taught you something, and I'm getting that it was a long one. It was long, but it definitely taught you something. And don't forget those lessons, because they're very, very, very important into what you're about to step into. Very important. I'm hearing the word naysayers. Yeah. So that message did come up before about people around you may not be able to understand different factors of what's going on with you right now. But with naysayers, you could be stepping into a role or onto a path. You're already on the path, but you're about to start to solidify the path, where maybe before you walking down the path, it was dark. It was a dirt road, but now you're about to start laying down asphalt, drawing out lines, putting up lights, like you're about to start calling a certain path a home. You're about to start making it a home, is what I'm getting. And sorry, there were people walking outside and the message just went pew, pew, pew. Yeah, so you're making this path a home. Naysayers, thank you, spirit. Naysayers. Yeah, you could be doing something out of the ordinary. You could be doing something that's a little bit unorthodox, where there has the potential to be a lot of naysayers around you. And, coming from your past energy, which we picked up on, where you could have struggled a lot with going after things or even just doing things that were better for you, there's a reason why you went through those situations. There's a reason why you had to learn those lessons, because whatever you're about to start doing, there's going to be a lot of that energy around you. And you have to be very strong, very strong. You have to be very strong within self and also with the choices that you have made. And that does not mean to say that if you made a choice and, like we picked up before, if the struggle ain't worth the reward or the payoff, whatever you're going to get, that is also okay for you to turn around and walk in a different direction. That is okay. The same concept applies for you starting to go down something. You got to be very strong. You got to stand 10 toes down on whatever decisions, whatever choices that you're making. But also, you got to stand 10 toes down for yourself. If it's not something for you, if it doesn't feel right, that's fine. That's fine. Because just before, in your past, the energy that we picked up on, you've been there before. Even though it's not pretty to be there again, it won't be as detrimental to you, because you're understanding that you, like, no matter what, you have yourself at the end of the day. And you're seeing, at least in your recent past, you're seeing that it never led you to harm's way. It never did. It maybe have led you to a certain person or individual or an environment, but like we picked up on, like, Spirit's always there to call you. It's just up to you to pick up the phone and follow through with what you're getting, the messages that you're receiving. Yeah, long road. So right now, an energy that is working for you with the 10 of Pentacles reverse, I'm getting what's working for you right now is not being so focused on the end result, like not being so focused on what can benefit you and how it's going to benefit you. Just understand that you're doing something because it feels good, because it feels right. And I know that may not make so much sense. Let me see if I can explain this a different way. You know how certain people will only get involved with certain people or certain positions because they know it's going to put them, like, I mean, I just heard on the map. Spirit does not want that type of energy within you, because that's something that's very, I'm hearing shallow. Spirit wants you to move with it. Spirit wants you to move with spirit. Spirit wants you to essentially move with grace, is what I'm getting. So make the choices, be around certain people because they make you feel good, right? Don't put so much focus onto, like, I'm seeing a person meeting a person for the first time and you're already thinking, like, are you, like, how are you going to benefit me 10 years from now? It's kind of, Spirit's kind of like, whoa, like, chill out. Like, it's not that deep, and it's not that serious. You know, they don't want you to be so focused on that, because you potentially could push someone away, or you can push away an opportunity because maybe at first glance it doesn't look like it's substantial, or it's going to give you too much of anything. But I'm getting there's also a lesson within that as well. I mean, I'm hearing, like, don't judge a book by its cover. But this could definitely involve in this path that you're walking down, or that you're about to. Oh, thank you, Spirit. So Spirit does not want you to exist solely in that energy because they're like saying they're like saying, look down at your own feet. Are you walking on marble? Are you walking on diamonds? No. Your road is still dirt. We haven't even begun to actually lay something down like asphalt. We haven't even begun to like start to map out stuff. So you shouldn't put that on another person, that type of judgment, because you wouldn't dare put it on yourself, right? No, because you're patient, you're kind, you're understanding. You were learning all that with just self. So Spirit wants that type of energy to still remain and exist within you when you're dealing with other people, especially new people. Because I'm hearing like we all have a story. We've all, what am I hearing? We're all just standing here, coming from somewhere or coming from some place trying to get somewhere. Spirit saying, say that again. We are all standing here, coming from some place, just trying to get somewhere. So that is one of the energies that is working for you. Yeah. So it's kind of like, yeah, don't judge a book by its cover because you wouldn't judge yourself like that. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard out here, okay? And that's all right. It can be hard, but as long as you are still remaining strong-minded, strong-willed, and you're still pushing forward, even just one toe over, that is still progress. That's still progress. Because even though it's one toe over or a foot over, you're still a foot ahead. You're still one more foot ahead than you were when you woke up that day, or from when you woke up yesterday. Okay, so something that is not working for you. We have the Death card, the Moon card, and the Four of Pentacles that came out, and I am hearing to take them. So what is not working for you is you holding on to the fear. Yeah, you holding on to the fear that this new beginning is not going to work out for you, or it's not for you, or it's just a fantasy. None of that is going to work out for you. You got to leave it. And I love that the Death card came out here, because you literally have to leave that in the past. You have to leave it with the past. And this is a message coming from Spirit. Your ancestors are also involved in that. Also involved in Spirit. Essentially, they're definitely a high percentage of Spirit. If you want to put Spirit as 100%, like ancestors are definitely, they have a percentage up there in Spirit, especially when they want nothing but the best for you. They're guiding you towards decisions, people, places, and things that are the absolute best for you. Yes. They're trying to get you to understand that, listen, hey, so-and-so, yeah, your ancestors are coming through right now to say that we were there. We went to try to go after a dream or chase a dream, but we were too scared or too stubborn to actually commit or go through with it. Or they could have just been a victim of their circumstance. They could have just been a victim of their time. I don't know. But what they're basically saying is, don't wind up like how we did. Don't do that. Go forth and be something great. Whatever it is for you. Go forth and be something great. Do something great. Give yourself that chance. Because they're saying to you right here and now that they wish that they did. Or they at least wish that they had that chance. Yeah. You have to let that go. You have to let go of that fear. That's something that's not working for you, because when you have like all this open space and you're just dumping a whole bunch of fear, negativity, illusions, it goes from just being negativity, fear, and illusions to you starting to actually say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to fail, or I'm not going to do that because it's not going to work out. Then you start actually putting weight. You start putting significance on that fear, on those illusions, on the negativity, and then you wind up seeing that come to fruition. And you're like holding so tightly to it, man. Like, you got to let it go. You got to let it go, because it's not doing nothing for you. Spirit, your ancestors, they are coming through to let you know, listen, holding on to that didn't do jack for us. So why do you think that we're coming through so strong to help you get rid of that, to help you shake it loose, to get rid of it? Because we don't want the same to happen to you. We don't want the same. Because where you're standing right now, I just heard sitting pretty, you have everything at your disposal right now, and also continuing down this path to really change something, with your family. That's so cool. That is so freaking cool. I don't know about you, but I think that is so freaking cool. That is cool. Take this however you want. Just heard it clear as day. You have been deemed worthy. You have been deemed worthy to have been tasked with. I'm hearing something about uprooting something. Yeah, you have been tasked with uprooting like old ways of being, old ways of thought, outdated beliefs. Yeah. I'm getting really strong, like, you don't have to be, but I'm getting really strong, like, you could be an Aquarius, you could be a Leo, you could be a Sagittarius. I'm also getting like a little bit of Aries as well. And the reason why I'm saying these signs, like the reason why these signs primarily are coming through is because these are signs that kind of, you know, they have the qualities, they have the traits, the characteristics of future, forward thinking, adventure, like moving forward, doing something new, doing it in a different way, but then being confident about it and not being afraid to, like, well, just gonna pick up and like move across country or move across the whole damn world and go do something over there, you know? Like, not every person is going to be doing that. Not every person even wants to do something remotely close to that. But yeah, I don't know. You don't have to be those signs, but like, you definitely don't have to be, but that's just what I'm getting really strongly. Yeah. I'm also getting very strongly Taurus. Oh, I didn't even realize with Emperor. Yeah, Aries. Oh, and I didn't realize Aquarius with the star. And the Wheel of Fortune, you know, that's all the fixed signs. All the fixed signs. So what is that? That's Leo, Aquarius. I know the fixed signs. My mind's like drawing a blank. Taurus. What did I say? What am I missing? Leo, Aquarius. Let me look at this damn card. I'm so sorry. I'm drawing such a blank right now. I can't even think of the freaking oh my gosh. My mind is drawing a blank. It must not be important. It must not be. Scorpio. If my messages are on point, then that's all that matters. Oh my gosh. That was slightly embarrassing. It really was. Oh my God. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the World. Yeah, you're closing out a cycle, love. You really are. Let it die out. Let it fall behind you with grace, because you're stepping into something absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Well, those are the messages that I am getting for you, and I do pray that they have found you well. Yeah, those are the messages. Okay. Bye.